and Violent Wrestling Podcast
Hey,
is live.
welcome to VWP, Violent Wrestling Podcast. As always, my cohort, as I always spear hug, my cohort in the hosting duties is,
Ambrose Alley.
and for the most part, I think we've had more than fewer. Our guest commentator is.
Metal Matt. And I just want to say if the audio quality on my end is terrible in this episode, I really apologize because I have to use a new mic because my old one broke. So I have to use a new mic. I don't know how this is going to go, but hopefully it goes well.
I know I'm thrilled that I'm not going to be the worst heard person in the chat in the pod. uh, and Metal Match from Ruthless Aggression podcast. Fridays at what time?
Um, I hope to God I'm going to get this right at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central.
6 Mountain.
5 Pacific. Just covering bases. Just covering bases.
Make sure it's all nice and cool. Besides, the Mountain Time Zone doesn't get enough love.
Yeah, it truly is like the time zone that's left out.
It's like the redheaded stepchild.
Yes, like we get like on all the ads, 8 Eastern, 7 Central.
Or
And then
they'll go 6 Pacific.
yeah,
And they leave out poor little Mountain Time Zone.
like I get that you guys like the population isn't that big, but can we get some love on the GMT?
So,
Um, I think this episode we're talking about uh, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins or something like that.
I know we're talking about one of the members of the Shield.
Yeah, I just can't remember. I'm sorry, it escapes me if it's either Dean or Seth.
Hey, wait a minute. No, it's Roman.
No, who?
Roman Reigns, the guy.
The guy.
The guy.
And in my opinion, he is the guy.
I wholeheartedly agree. He's the guy. If Seth Rollins is the man and Dean Ambrose is the dude, Roman Reigns is the guy.
You could have left the teaser going a little longer.
Yeah, but we got to show some
Yeah.
love to the Roman Empire.
Well, of course. Real quick, just and if for we're doing this off the cuff, there's no like, hey, we're gonna talk about this. There's no favorite Roman match.
Favorite Roman match? We'll let
Yes.
Metal Matt answer that one.
Favorite Roman match? Man. Gonna have to think about that for a bit. I'm trying to think just off the top of my head.
He's had a lot of good matches.
Oh yeah.
MM was like, now I thought we were just gonna like pretend we were talking about Roman until later. He's had a lot of great matches. I say great, and I'm probably gonna get flack for that. I don't care.
I mean, I guess if I had to pick one, off the top of my head, it would probably be probably either his match with Big Show, that Extreme Rules, or his match with Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble a couple years back. And his
Solid.
matches with AJ Styles were good as well.
AA.
Anything with Braun Strowman.
By the way, Matt, you can't. Those are both solid picks. Those are for, and I'm not trying to get into the whole debate thing, but seldom does he put on a bad match. And you gave two great spectrum ends of his opponents and how they both, what happened. Like they were both good matches. Sorry to interrupt, AA.
Oh,
what would you
no problem. I say any of his matches with Braun Strowman, they just have a chemistry between them.
I
I love the physicality. I love the chemistry. They tell a good story in the ring. They both come out looking great, no matter who wins.
They're the first time in a long time I've seen, no matter, like you say, who wins, the outcome. The first time in a long time I've seen that kind of feud where they both look stronger coming out than they went into, if that makes sense. Or at least as strong as they went into it. For my money, shoot, don't. The Royal Rumble triple threat. Was it Royal Rumble? With Seth and Brock. Anybody? Bueller?
Yeah, I think so.
I love their WrestleMania 31 match, even before the cash in from Seth. Like that match was already great. Like just a very physical two warriors just beating the crap out of each other.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I hated the WrestleMania 31 match.
Well, why?
Well, it's like I get what they were trying to do here, but I don't think it quite worked for Roman being in that position. If it was someone like an underdog kind of wrestler, like say Daniel Bryan or somebody like that, maybe even Seth Rollins, then maybe it could make sense. But Roman having to portray the underdog, I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't make any sense to me personally, and I just found it to be very boring.
And see, trust me, I get that. I get the mentality of why are you portraying Roman as the underdog? Because he does it a lot. Like, why is this being so repetitive? And before anybody starts, putting me in mentions, by the way, I'm at Fireman6809 on Twitter. Before anybody starts, mentioning me, I don't get why that's so persistent. That's how it's booked of the Roman is the underdog.
Yeah, because Roman, he's not the underdog. He's not.
Exactly.
He's a big dog.
Okay. No, go ahead. Do it in your Michael Cole voice because we know you can.
It's the big dog.
Yeah.
I don't. You can't. It's hard, and they fail at it. You can, but you can't do. And I'm not going to try. I'm just going to say you can't do the big dog and the underdog at the same time. That is such a slippery slope to try to convey during a match.
That is true.
It can't be both. You can't be, and I'm gonna, so I don't say it again. You can't be top dog, baddest ass in the yard, and also always work from underneath.
Yeah, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Matt articulated it better than I, but exactly.
Which is something that WWE could learn with Total Divas and the Women's Revolution, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
Whole different ball of wax.
Yeah, that because we've talked about this before. That perplexes me about the same level of how they book Roman. Not the booking per se, but how the agents work the match. Like you can't, it can't be both ways. Not every single time.
Dead air.
Speaking of cake, anybody have cake today? Cake.
No.
I had cheesecake. Does that count?
Oh, I'd rather have cheesecake than cake.
I had the strawberry swirled cheesecake.
Okay, you can get off the podcast now.
It was delicious.
I can't eat sweets. Dang it. So let's go on to the other end of the spectrum. Roman's, and I don't want to say worst match because that's not fair to Roman or either of you. What match did you least liked of Roman from, let's say, after June 2014 when the show split up? Like, what's
WrestleMania 31.
damn?
That was easy. That
Yeah,
was
it was
easy.
very easy.
Oh well, can you expand on that? Like what, like the build up and all that? Like what took you out of the match? Like what?
Well, like I said earlier, just the fact that Roman, someone like Roman being the underdog to Brock Lesnar, to me, just it didn't make a lot of sense. I mean, and Joe and Roman at Backlash just a few weeks ago was up there, but I think WrestleMania 31 probably is worst match.
Does any of 31 again before cash in of any of 31 in your views? Do you see that might have been also a listener problem?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was just because that match, the spectrum, the the reaction, even then versus now, like people have varying why they didn't like it. Like you,
Yeah, I thought it was the worst match on WrestleMania 31. which is a good show, but that was by far the worst match. Actually, I don't know. It's sort of a toss between that and AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bellator.
Oh,
That match was pretty good.
that has to be number one, in my opinion. Now, the Randy Orton Seth match that opened the show, that was an enjoyable match. If nothing else, just for the ending.
Yeah, that was a pretty good match, and I also thought the Intercontinental title ladder match that opened the show was pretty good as well. That was really fun.
Yeah, and that match is one of those. I liked it, but looking back, you know, retrospecting like that, I don't know how to put it necessarily, but
It's kind of transparent because it's one of those matches where it's very obvious that it's just a match to get everybody on the show. That's what it is, regardless.
yeah. Now, here's the burning question of the hour. AA, what's your least favorite Roman Reigns match?
I have to think about that one.
Oh, come on. We have to be no dead air.
Yeah, I know, no dead air. I got a smell of a wet dog.
By the way, Cassie just came in from outside, her dog, and is lying in her lap. So that's what she means by that.
Cassie the
And
Wonder
when I say
Dog.
worse, like what's a match that you don't particularly like? If that makes it easier, probably doesn't, but if it does.
It's hard to say because I've kind of liked all of his matches. I really don't have one that I could say was his worst match or one that I disliked the most.
Nothing wrong with that.
How about you?
And see, I'm kind of in the same boat. I can't pinpoint. There's been a few, at least a couple of his matches. Can I pinpoint, was it on this pay-per-view or this Raw? No, I can't because I haven't, searched for it or things like that. He's had some off matches, if that makes sense, but nothing that, like, good lord, that was bad. Post the, and he's had some. He's had, whether it's the opponent or the Snuff Night, I couldn't tell you, and I forget what, whether it was a Raw or a pay-per-view. One of his Braun matches, it was entertaining, but it wasn't like a holy crap kind of match. When I expecting more, I guess. And that's no fault to either of the performers.
I can go with that.
I forget which one it was. Where it got, I think it maybe the third big match where it kind of got repetitive. You do this, I do that. You put me through the barricade, I put you in the ambulance, and like that. I got. I don't want to say stale, but it just the match was good. Just looking back, or even then, like okay, we've seen this before.
This wine is good.
Oh wait, hold on. Roman who? If we just opened a bottle of wine.
Roman Reigns.
No, wait a minute. You can't open a bottle of wine without being a script.
It's just a little bottle.
Okay, well, we need year, location, name, and come on now.
What, just because I open up a bottle of wine, I'm sitting here talking with a couple of great people
Yes,
about a good wrestler.
there's still questions that need to be answered. Yes.
And enjoying a good wine. I don't see what else I have to say.
Oh, is it purple or white? And I'll leave it at that.
It's a rosé.
Oh, she getting fancy with it.
It's White Zinfandel.
So, not saying he's not, and I don't know how to answer this or how to ask this without. Based on today's Wednesday, so we just saw Raw, SmackDown. If Roman is not the guy, and I know this was not necessarily in that same frame, but pretty much the same. If Roman's not the guy, who is?
Right now, I would say if it was anyone, it would be Seth Rollins.
I'd agree with that. I think it would be Seth, maybe.
And it would be the man, not the guy. It would be the
Well,
man.
I think sarcastically, I think the dude beats all of them, but movie reference, sorry, movie reference.
Well, we gotta wait for the dude to return.
And that's because I have a bad feeling about what's going to happen there. I have a very, very bad feeling.
Oh, what's the feeling?
The writing's kind of on the wall of uh, how do I put this? Like it's his return pop is going to be so huge, like so huge. And I've seen them take Seth for instance. When he came back, they're two completely different scenarios, kind of. But when Seth came back from his injury and got that huge pop, and they soured it. That is because Seth left as a heel, came back as a heel. I don't want them to do basically vice versa of what they did with Seth when he came back. Stay a face, even if it's for 6 months, something like that. Don't come back and just throw away keep that pop going. Then later on decide if you want to turn him heel or not. Don't have his music hit and then an instant heel turn.
Yeah, I think that would be the best way to go about it. But the problem is, WWE loves heel, so I could see them having Ambrose turn heel right when he comes back.
Well, Raw
Again,
needs a good top heel.
Yeah,
I mean, what do they have right now? Gender?
He's a heel, but he's not a top heel.
I was just any heel, like anything you could. But there's so much more. It that story is so complex that um,
Elias.
well, yeah, Elias, I agree there. Oh, and Miz went back to SmackDown. Sorry.
Well, that's debatable, but that's another story.
That's another story for another podcast.
But I don't. I'm sorry. Since I guess a few years, the return to a pop to turn heel, like and the same night kind of thing, even if it's in the same week. Like, return to this pay per view and huge pop. Return to the following Monday, huge pop, and now I'm a heel. It's kind of what story? I'd like it to play out a little longer. I'm not saying that Dean shouldn't be a heel like later on, but the whole return, I've seen things suggested like a Roman Seth match for the IC title, and Dean's music hits, and just dirty deeds both of them, and I that could work, but I'd like the story to progress a little bit more
Well,
than
they had a good feud built, but then they moved Samoa Joe to SmackDown.
yeah.
Because Dean could come back, and the best feud for him to start with was to get even with Samoa Joe.
And see that, and we don't know if Dean's on Raw or SmackDown after the shakeup.
I think he's still on Raw.
I think so too, but nothing official, quote unquote.
Because I think they want to do Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles as a feud.
TNA, TNA, TNA. ROH, Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor.
Clap, 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 clap.
I don't blame him a bit for wanting to new to WWE, but matches. If you have watched other things that we've seen before, I don't blame them a bit.
But Raw needs a good top heel, and I hate to say it, Ambrose would be a great top heel.
Done right, yes.
Oh, he could get the crowd to hate him. Except for his followers.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's my problem or I say problem, my issue. Milk it a little bit. I don't. That's my worry of coming back. It's like, oh, what I think would work best is coming back like True Face and Seth is so over right now. Save Seth in some kind of predicament, and like forgiving and but then a couple weeks later, what have you, then Dean, like, hey, remember that steel chair? I have one too.
It's the alligator again.
Get a roll. Get a roll. Who won this matchup? Matt or the Gator?
Pretty sure I did.
Oh, sweet. So can we I'll ask a question, then I will yeah. I'll ask a question and mute my mic for a minute. There's the how do you word this? The Roman Reigns is being pushed as the top guy, the only guy that matters. Is that true or false, given what we've seen on TV and house shows in the last since WrestleMania? Is he the top guy based on not what we think but how they book? And I will be back in a moment.
I think so. And I think that he could be if his push wasn't so forced. If they had made it organic, it could work. But I think considering his booking, I think he is the top guy, especially him and Joe main event over the WWE title at Backlash. I think that pretty much more or less confirms that he is basically the top guy.
Right. Yeah, I can see that, and it's just that they need to get consistent with his booking. They ought to go back and take a look at what worked and what didn't work. And then go with what worked, because there was a time there that he was just, even his detractors were pulling for him.
Yeah, because they're booking him as this underdog, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. When you see Roman Reigns, he's a big guy. He's one of those guys who could be a good heel. He could be a good heel, with his size and just his overall character's demeanor and everything. He could totally be a heel, or at the very least, like this really cool face.
He could,
but they just don't seem to really figure it out.
yeah. The only time I could see him actually working as an underdog would be up against Brock Lesnar, because of how Brock Lesnar's been billed. That would be the only time.
I don't know if it would be against Brock per se, but something like maybe Braun Strowman, I think, would be, a good underdog like David versus Goliath. If it's somebody much larger and much meaner than Roman, and if it was like this one time thing, if they didn't do it so often, it was just like this one time thing, like maybe he's met his match or something like that. I think that maybe would work. But when you do it so many times, it does kind of lose its luster.
Yeah. It's they're not learning from their past mistakes. They're going with that old adage of not learning from the past. They're repeating it.
Yeah, because Roman's, character or his career arc, his solo run started as someone who's supposed to be this face, gets booed, and someone, you know, we all know someone who started out that way, but when he turned heel, that's when everything clicked, and that
Right.
was The Rock, Roman's cousin.
Yeah.
So it's like you would think that WWE would know what to do there, but they're just so dead set on Roman as a face, which isn't a horrible idea. It could work, but they really just kind of ruined it. I think Roman, he really is because he's just kind of nowhere right now. Feuding with Jinder certainly hasn't helped his case. WrestleMania, I think, just it killed his character. Like it just killed his character as a face. He's dead. As a heel turn, even a heel turn isn't going to save anything. His character is done.
Yeah. He needs to do. They need to retool him. Have him be severely injured. Write him off for a couple of months and then retool him.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it could work. I mean, Raw and the company as a whole, it would benefit if Raw had a world title. That's what it needs right now.
That's the problem of having their title on Brock. Right now, the only title they have to fight for is the Intercontinental title.
Pretty much.
They have to get that title off of Brock because he's ruined the prestige of what that title could have been.
I don't even know if it had any prestige to begin with.
Well, I think if Balor had the title, he could bring something to it.
Yeah, I think so. Bauer getting injured didn't really help him. Kevin Owens had a decent reign, I guess, but it was kind of overshadowed by Jericho and all of that stuff. And a
Yeah.
50-year-old Goldberg holding the title. I mean, I guess I see why they did it, but it didn't really make much sense either. And Brock Lesnar holding it is just killed that title dead.
Yeah, that title, and that's really bad to do with a brand new title. The WWE title could have handled it because it did have the history behind it. But the Universal title is brand new. There's no history there.
Well, even then, I don't know if it would have necessarily worked on the WWE title because Brock did it, a few years back, and I don't think it worked at all. Because here's the thing, like, they think that because Brock isn't there all the time, it makes it more meaningful. And I don't think that's the case. At least not in 2018. And I think I've said this before on the show. Maybe in 1979, someone only sparingly defending the title made sense. But it's not 1979 anymore.
No.
It's 2018.
People
It doesn't work now. It doesn't work.
Yeah, people want to see the title. That's what people want. They want to see the title. They want to see it defended.
Yeah, exactly. And Brock Lesnar it really doesn't add much value to the product, really.
He's no longer a special attraction because of him holding on to the title this long.
No, he's not a special attraction at all, and he hasn't been in years, really.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, I've spent 5 minutes trying to figure out how to unmute. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I apologize. Um, I was listening to, like I said, the last 5 minutes. The UC title, I don't want to say garbage, but it's the one, I can't say the one, but several things in wrestling. Doing a retrospect, like if Finn didn't get hurt when he won it against Seth, like what could have been, I'm sure we'd still end up where we are now. But the steps they took to get here. Everybody talk at once. I just think I think they had a bigger agenda with Finn, being the inaugural champion. There was something bigger going on that never transpired, and now we're stuck here.
Yeah. It's just that without that Universal title, that's hurt Raw more than helped it.
Oh, I agree 100%. And now when I don't know what's happened. Now when I speak, I see myself. Anyway, yeah, it went from Finn to KO to Goldberg to Brock, and now it's been on Brock for over a year. Like that's, if you call time legitimate, okay, I can see like, okay, here's a length of time. Okay, it's relevant, but it's not.
I don't think the title's relevant. It's just, to me,
All
it's become like the Gold Wing title. It's people know about it, but it's not there.
all titles in professional wrestling are props. We all get that. This is more of a, this goes beyond being a prop. This it's hell, might as well put it on vacant because that's what it is. It's not around.
Yeah. Vacant could
Um,
bring more prestige to that title than Brock.
I tell you what. Are you guys cool with a 9-year-old joining and giving his 2 cents?
Oh, sure. We'd love to hear from Morris.
Yeah, sure.
More risk. Sorry that I missed. I was trying to unmute and it kept. Now, like I said, I can't see anything but myself on my little icon thing. So but he wants to chat. Morris. Oh, Hey, your first podcast ever. I'll shut the door. Sit on the steps. Let's see what the. I got you. 1, 2, 3. That's me talking. Sit down. There you go. Oh, sorry. Matt and AA know my son Morris. If you don't, he's a 9-year-old. He's my 9-year-old son who loves wrestling, and he's been dying to be on a podcast talk. So, and he has good opinions sometimes. Looking at you, and just wanted to maybe you guys give him questions, or I'll. If you guys don't have any, I'll give him questions, see what he has to say, and go from there. So, my 9-year-old son is about to weigh in on some topics. Here you go.
Hi.
Hi, Morris.
Well, how are
Hey.
you?
I'm
Well-
doing well. How are you?
Well, hi, Matt.
Hey. What's up?
I'm doing good. Good.
How do you like being out of school?
Good.
What grade are you in?
Dino,
School is out for summer.
really? Dino, guess what my dad played when I got home from school?
What?
School's out for summer.
Yes. Yes. I've been listening
Alex
to it.
Cooper.
I've been listening to a lot of Alice Cooper lately because I've been listening to all of his albums for the nightly. Lately, in fact, I just opened the nightly with an Alice Cooper album review. So yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite wrestler at the moment?
Well, he's not wrestling no more, but I think it's still Neville. Yes.
Still love Neville.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Great choice.
somebody that's in either Raw or SmackDown right now on the roster that wrestles.
I would choose Braun Strowman.
Braun.
Good choice as well.
That's a great choice.
I'm still waiting for a certain wrestler to be named.
And sorry for all the nonsense in the background. That's a bad dog in the house. Yeah.
A lot of nonsense those dogs make. Who's a wrestler you don't like at the moment?
Jinder Mahal, he's always winning titles, does he, guys?
I agree with you on that one.
Yes.
Let's see. What kind of? Where do you see? You're smart. You're 9, but where do you see Raw going? Like, okay, let's start with Money in the Bank, the women's match, the women's Money in the Bank. Who do you see winning that?
I see Ember Moon because she beat like one of the toughest women.
You're going with Ember Moon.
Yeah, she's new. She's new.
From NXT.
Yeah.
You like the Eclipse, don't you?
I like the moon, that's why.
You like the Moon. Who do you have for the men's Money in the Bank? I said men's, not women's.
Who's in the match anyway?
Have you not been paying attention?
Who got someone in the man? I don't know.
It's Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode, one of New Day.
I'm going for
Yes.
Braun Strowman. I'm going for Braun Strowman, guys. run.
You
Since
didn't
I
even
was in it
finish.
as well.
You didn't even finish who was in it, and you went for Braun.
And Samoa Joe. That's all. That's
The
everybody that's
Miz.
in it. No,
How?
not the
How?
Miz. No.
Yes, he's gonna be defeated like that.
The Miz is gonna be defeated like that. Snap your fingers.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, you and Mr. Matt agree on a couple of things. Neither one of you like the Miz. Um, what about Roman versus Jinder? Or dang, it's Roman versus Jinder, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Who do you have?
Unfortunately.
I'm going with Roman Reigns.
You're going with Roman Reigns here.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good
Hey.
choice.
Hey,
Roman will
hey,
win.
hey! Did you say we do not talk about Roman Reigns?
The joke leading into this podcast an hour and so ago, yes.
Well, guys, can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Well, out of all the wrestlers, who do you think will become the new WWE champion in the future? Just your choice.
I would say Seth Rollins.
Miss Julia, who do you got?
I say when he comes back, Dean Ambrose will take it back.
I knew it. I knew that was going to be the answer.
Because look, your profile has Dean Ambrose on it. That's all.
Hey, don't use shoot names. I know, but I told you don't use shoot names.
Morris
Don't-
exposing the business.
Yeah, I know, right?
What are you talking about?
So, what are your thoughts on Brock being the Universal Champion for all this time?
Well, I agree that Roman Reigns won that match.
Cage match?
Yeah.
You think
Yes,
Roman should be
he got
champion?
robbed.
His feet, both of his feet, hit the floor first.
A 9-year-old gets it. Where's the officials?
They accidentally did an accident.
Accidentally did it on accident.
Accidentally on purpose.
How they did it on purpose? He didn't look good. He needs glasses.
The referee needs glasses.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite in NXT?
Aleister Black. Do you guys agree?
I
Yes.
wholeheartedly agree.
Yes.
Yes, another good choice.
And guys, who do you do not like in NXT?
Lars Sullivan.
Miss
Adam
Joy?
Cole.
Quit using shoot names, dude. Hey, and I'll go and say that I agree with Adam Cole and
And I don't like the triangle. Whatever group it is. It's three. Three.
The Illuminati.
that's Undisputed Era.
Yeah, I don't like them at all. They're the most horrible team I've ever seen. But,
Ooh.
well, I sure actually like the Authors of Pain coming to Raw. You guys like
Yes.
that too?
I love the Authors of Pain.
I mean, they just won the tag team. Was it the tag team classic? I think it was. They won it. Yeah, it was a tag team classic. They won. Against a, I don't know what team they won to. They beat some two people. Whatever they
Yeah, a couple years back, I think they beat TM61 to win the classic.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
You were too smart for that. Good, dude.
It was actually last year. It was last year.
Yeah, because Undisputed Era won it this year.
They won the first one. UAE won this year. Remember, because you got real mad that they won.
Uncle Matt, hey, I ask you guys another question.
Sure.
Well, I was just thinking about this question, and I want to ask it. How,
Okay.
when we haven't watched NXT in a long time, so who's the NXT Tag Team Champions on NXT?
Undisputed Era.
How do they win it?
We watched that, dude.
Trying to remember how they won it. I cannot
guys
remember.
Roger Strong and Riley.
Do you want to talk about Renegades?
Okay, now this is where there's going to be his enunciating. He's talking about Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet School.
He is. What about Bobby Lashley?
I really like Bobby Lashley.
I'm
I
a big.
think he's good.
I'm
What
a big.
about him? What about him and Sammy? What do you guys think about that?
He's gonna crush Sammy when he gets a chance.
I think the match will be good. I haven't been too crazy about the storyline though.
I hope he begs to Kurt Angle to let him fight Sammy.
I think they will. In fact, aren't they finding Money in the Bank?
They might be.
Yeah, because I think Lashley
A lot of
said that
wrestling.
they were going to be finding Money in the Bank on Raw, so they might be.
Guys, out of all the superstars, who do you think is the heaviest superstar? The heaviest.
Does Big Show still count?
Yes, he's still on Raw. He hasn't had a match in 1 year.
Yeah, I think Big Show maybe.
Do you guys forget Braun Strowman now, man?
Big Show's heavier than Braun Strowman, I think. I don't know, because Big Show's
He might
losing
be.
them pounds real quick.
Yeah.
Or Mark Henry.
But
You
Mark
told
Henry's
him-
retired,
told
didn't
him,
he?
You know, yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame now. You tell him you met Mark Henry?
I haven't met him.
Yes, you have. 3 years ago. He's from where I'm from.
Oh, did I actually get to talk to him?
You were too shy. You saw him, and you were little bitty, and you basically ran away.
What did you do? Man, I tell you what, Robbie Dog.
The dogs are making noise in the background. These dogs. Who,
Who has the most championships?
it's tied. Cena and Flair, you know that.
Yeah.
All the superstars.
Well, it depends on if you count just one particular championship or all the championships.
Yeah, you have to. Don't start doing all this.
Okay.
No, that's your earpiece, not your microphone.
Oh, what's going on?
You being silly. Let's see what New Japan. Who's your favorite in New Japan?
AJ. He came from there.
Oh,
AJ winning the championship in New Japan.
you're, I mean, come on, man. Your current New Japan.
What are you even talking about New Japan for?
Your New Japan. Your current New Japan favorite.
But who are the New Japan wrestlers?
And do you like Cody or Ibushi?
Ibushi. I look like him.
See that's you should have said that first. You like Kota Ibushi. You still have the Kota Ibushi haircut.
And peanut butter jelly top.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where is that?
Guys.
Yeah.
Peekaboo.
I think you're about done here. But see, you see this little yellow thing up here?
Of course I see it. It's live.
Okay. You don't have to be such a smart aleck. I told you
Your
because
fist.
we've podcasted before, but not live.
Your fist.
Everybody can hear.
No, you guys can't. I can trust you.
You are. Hey, we're live, pal.
And B, can you please just watch the video?
Hey, way to promote. And
He's
whenever
good.
whenever this does come,
Yeah,
there's no
I'm
going
gonna-
back. We've tested you before, AA and I, and
Well, I will test you then.
you test me every day, dude. Like every day.
I want to fight you. Remember, we made a deal of fighting on the bed.
Yep.
And it might be tonight.
It might not be. You won the bet of we wrestle each other on the bed, and I won the bet of win. So I will let you know. So anyway, say goodnight. Say
No.
goodnight.
No, it's not over.
No.
No, it's not, not over. I will not leave.
Oh, boy,
You can't force me to.
Oh,
you've been watching too much Star Wars. I love you. I love you.
I will get revenge.
You're a Jack Donkey. All right.
No, it's not over yet. We still have to.
You're
No
not-
good nights. No good nights at all.
What about some bye, Felicia's?
No. Then bye, Felicia.
Okay. Oh, and
And no leaving until you leave.
no. Okay, give me a kiss.
No,
How do you-
no.
Neville sucks. How about that?
I will
Oh.
be on the phone. I'm gonna go in the phone inside.
The phone can't go inside, son.
Bye.
bye, Morris.
See you more.
See you on the next podcast.
You got it.
Get your jackass inside.
Bye. You guys are mean. You,
No, they're
you're
not mean.
mean.
Yeah, exactly. Now, get it right. I might be mean. They're not mean. They're
I
very
can
nice to
still
you.
talk. I can still talk.
No, get your. Come on.
They're talking bad.
No, you're not. They're saying how much they love you. You're not talking bad.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
What, man? You can't talk to me like that. And suck it.
Oh, he just did the damn DX suck it on his way in. This mother, this mother lover right here. He made it to the door and turned around and did the crunch, and you suck it. Like, And so, am I at the point where there's too much wrestling that he watches?
I don't think there's such a thing as too much wrestling.
He has so much fun with it, and we have fun watching it together.
Yeah, I'm going to the show Sunday, so it should be good.
Yeah, I just, with all of a sudden, days off, things, even with that, like card should be good, but, and thank you guys for not mentioning that, because he still doesn't know. For those that are listening, I'm going to a Raw House show June 10th. And Matt's going to one, is it the Saturday or Sunday? June
It's a
2nd
Sunday.
or 3rd. Have
It's
you
the-
do you have any updates on the card for your show?
I don't know exactly what the card is. I know who's going to be there. Hold on, let me look it up on WWE.com real quick.
Because they switched mine one time, like I guess about a month ago. I can't get the who versus who thing, just who's supposed to be there. And they switched it once. Shoot, I can't remember who they. I want to say it was Bailey for male wrestler. At the WWE, the tickets thing. I forget when it changed. But
Yeah, because Roman was supposed to be at the show, but I think he got the weekend off, so he's not going to be there anymore, which sucks, but it's the way it is, I guess. All right, so here's who's advertised on WWE.com as of right now: Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Elias, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy, and Bobby Roode.
that's basically the appearances, quote unquote, that I'm. But I forget they switched somebody. I haven't. There's no card out there. Who's facing who, what's. But there was somebody on my card because you go June 3rd, I go June 10th. Obviously, for those that can't put two and two together, Matt and I live somewhat close together, kind of, sort of, a few hours away. But I forget who they switched out. They weren't there.
Yeah, because I'm on the Facebook page right now, on the Arena's Facebook page right now, and it's a bit outdated because it was announced at the beginning of April before the shakeup. So at the time they were advertising Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. Obviously that ain't happening.
Oh, but see, Samoa Joe's been running the Raw live show loop.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Maybe he could, but so there was an Intercontinental Championship triple threat match: Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus The Miz. Then they had The Bar versus Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, and they were advertising Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Nia Jax. So it is pretty outdated. But
Yeah.
at the time that they announced it, that's who all was going to be it.
I want to make sure he gets to see it. The only time that it comes through here, we've had SmackDown,
Yeah,
and
same
that's
here.
like hard pass, like we've tried and have things have come up, but this I would seriously want. And since this is titled, with Roman, like I'd be highly disappointed if he didn't hear the big dog theme, whether it's a tag match or whatever. Like the not the first, but the second time SmackDown came through, it was supposed to be AJ, or it actually was. We just couldn't make it. The AJ Styles versus John Cena, Luke. Like, oh, that would have been so good at a house show.
Yeah, well, I did kind of get that match the last time I went to the house show, but guess what it was? Guess what the main event was?
Oh Lord, was it Mahal and enter name here?
No, it was John Cena versus AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin in a triple threat match.
What's your problem with Baron Corbin? Come on now.
He sucks.
He's not a, and I love Baron Corbin. Don't get me wrong. He's not a house show main eventer.
He's not.
I'm going to assume he took the pin.
He might have. I don't know. I can't remember, but I think he might have.
But I get to this has no bearing to you, but Becky Lynch. But I get to see Sasha, Bailey.
Well, the last house show I went to, I got to see Becky Lynch lose to Alexa Bliss. So,
I see. I wasn't even going to bring up Alexa because that's more of a. There's going to be pictures taken.
yeah.
Alexa, and I get all the negative stuff. Like she's not the best in the ring, but you like who you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for those just joining us, or for those that joined us a little bit ago, that was my son giving his 2 cents on wrestling at the moment.
He's a smart little dude.
I'm surprised he didn't say anything about or going more when I, like, I don't want to say prompted, but because I'm on the New Japan front. But to be 9 and to know what he knows, and I do try shielding him from all the like rumors and this and that. Like I just basically like, this is on the TV, watch it, don't watch it kind of thing.
Right.
I don't get into the, oh, but so and so or oh, they're planning this or they're, like, I just let him. If I was 9 and somebody is telling me this is the plan, that takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah. And sorry if I ruined it when I said storyline. I just couldn't think of a better word for it.
No, I've explained the storyline and he knows that it's a story, but the fast forwarding or the future quote unquote rumors of how that storyline's gonna progress or end, I do He knows what storyline means. But I don't. I just don't. Like, oh, like for instance, the Golden Lovers New Japan angle with Ibushi and Omega. Like he enjoys them so much. I kind of, but I'm probably off. Kind of see where it's going, but I'm not gonna not ruin it for him. But I'm
Yeah, yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Just trying to keep the illusion, you know,
yeah. That's
like Santa Claus or something like that, you know.
thank God
Yeah.
he's off the pod now because then we would have a problem.
Yeah,
Another joke that, and I think that's coming. I think this might be the if you kids cover your ears. I'm pretty certain this is our last year of being able to get away with that kind of stuff. He's figuring it out too quickly, too soon.
yeah, yeah.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah. And as you said, he's a smart little dude.
Yep.
We didn't even, and I apologize. Um I try to not show him so much of CCW and the more not 9-year old cool kind of stuff. But that's he loves seeing he does. Like holy crap. Did so and so just get hit over their head with a light bulb?
I mean, I was 7 when I saw Taker and Brock and Hell in a Cell at No Mercy.
You were 7?
Yeah,
Holy crap. And you're I mean we for those that don't know, like metal mats, we know. But it didn't like it's not something you're scarred from. 'Cause that was
no,
pretty
no, not really, because I kind of knew early on, because my parents, told me, it's just a storyline. And they told me like it's just catch up, when they would bleed.
I think that's the best way I could relate it with myself and Morris is um how do I put this? It's not fake. People get hurt,
Right.
but it's scripted and
Hmm.
things look worse than they actually are. And he went from hell to the effing no playing Undertaker's theme in the house to oh Undertaker's one of my favorites. That fine line, but still, like I say, fine line of reality versus just complete make believe, because it's not make believe. They're still going out there doing that stuff, and there's I don't know how to put it. How I got him from to being scared of just an entrance song to, oh, okay, with keeping that small window of um, nonfiction going. Or fiction, sorry. There's a small. My son's been watching wrestling since he was in the womb. No, she did not give birth to a hand before any of that crap comes up. But he's known it all his life, and he's pretty smart. So that balance of, hey, this isn't real, but it's also not real.
Yeah.
But he definitely watches wrestling.
I think a lot of that has to do with Papa.
Yeah. I think so as well.
Are we talking about me here?
And you're the only Papa of Morris I know about.
Well, there was this one time. Okay, I wasn't sure what I wasn't sure what you. Yeah.
Papa don't preach.
Oh Lord help me.
I was listening to that in the car earlier today.
I want the. I don't know how to put it, and we're live on Violent Wrestling Podcast, VWP, VWP, VWP. I don't know. There's a line that I can't. I just try my best to um, be afraid of this or not. See, this is why I like, dude. You're basically see, screw it, because I can't put it into words of how I. Introducing my son to wrestling and from that transitioning to, hey, wrestling's still cool, but also, don't, there's nobody coming up through the floor with gong, gong, gong. You can still enjoy wrestling. Basically, without using the word fake, um, it's okay. Like, enjoy it. And nothing's gonna happen. Enjoy it. It's a show, just like other shows you like. It's a show.
Right.
And once like I say, he went from, oh my God, he would cry and cry and cry just hearing Taker's theme hit, and now he would just yesterday, giving him the phone and YouTube, he'll put Taker's theme on just because he likes the music. There has to be some kind of separation of the child sees is real versus what is actually. And let's go ahead and make it a triangle with wrestling. Real, not real, keep kayfabe. That's a hard hill to climb. Like you can't just, oh, it's all fake. You can't do that. You can't say it's all, oh, this is super serial. Shout out to One Wing Angel for the serial part. Can't be all serious. There's a fine line of enjoy this as long as you can, as much as you can, without
Right.
being so. He is. I can hear him. He's listening to us now. He has my other phone. He's listening to us now because he's in the living room laughing because I'm talking about him.
Little scamp.
I tell you what. So if we're talking about Roman, this went off the rails
Yeah.
long time ago. And while we're live, where people can hear this, I may have said this. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. Thank you guys for allowing him to come on and just having fun with him. He thought the world of it. That I think the second thing, Daddy, it says live. We're like, yeah, dude, we're on a live podcast. This isn't just off air. Like, dude, yeah, we're live. Don't everybody speak at once. Matt,
Just
when's RAE coming back?
When's what?
Ruthless aggression.
Oh, it's coming back this Friday.
What time?
Coming back at 8 p.m. Central. Or 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Central.
Yes.
6 p.m. Mountain
Yep.
5 p.m. Pacific.
Pacific.
What are you reviewing this week?
Well, me and Biff Kensington are going to be reviewing Hollywood Hulk Hogan, which is Hulk Hogan's first autobiography.
Oh, Lord.
It should be an interesting episode, to say the least.
I look forward to listening to it.
Thanks. I hope everyone enjoys it.
I enjoy your podcast.
Thanks, AA. It honestly means a lot to me.
I'm sure if you tweeted or mention Hulk will retweet or have something to say. Hey, viewers, man, viewers.
Much love, HH.
Right. That's pretty neat. Can I say era? Like that's a pretty neat time frame, for lack of a better term, of one transpired. I'll give it a listen.
definitely interesting there. We got some interesting episodes coming up the pike, to say the least. Especially a certain episode that revolves around Raw and an anniversary. Like the Raw 10th anniversary should be an interesting episode. So that is until a couple of weeks.
You're covering the 10th anniversary of Raw.
Yeah, because it took
Bless
place in January 2003.
Bless your heart.
Yeah.
You sounded
So-
I can't even say the word. So quiet and respectful, Mox, when you said that.
I'm Southern. That's how we. I'm from Texas, damn it. That's how we. I mean, you don't say. If you truly mean bless your heart, you say bless your heart. That's just how you do it.
Well, I'm from the West. We don't say bless your heart.
West Side.
I come from the West.
Wild Wild West.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute now. Did you just go Will Smith on us?
Maybe.
Oh, well, I need to know, are you doing Will Smith or Bon Jovi?
Is there a Bon Jovi song called Wild Wild West?
No.
Well, apparently AA has the answers.
I know who sang it. The name is on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, because Will Smith did a Wild Wild West for the movie Wild Wild West.
Yeah, but
before
there's
that, yeah, in
there
the
was a
80s,
song.
Wild Wild West. Oh, shoot. Who the hell was that?
In the Wild Wild West. Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue.
It wasn't Bon Jovi. Shoot. Well before even Will
It was-
Smith was a known actor.
It was kind of a one-hit wonder.
Weren't they
Escape
actually
Club?
called Wild Wild West?
There's a song called The Wild Wild West.
Yeah, but it wasn't that their actual name too?
No,
No, it was the Escape Club. You might be
That's
thinking.
it.
Escape Club.
Yeah.
Yep.
that's it. That's who I was thinking of. The
So
Wild
screw you
Wild
guys. I'm Escape Club. Hey, this is one of those, we talked about it last week before. One of those cassettes. Thank you, Columbia House, that got in the mail. Was Escape Club Wild Wild West. Wild Wild West. Looking back, it's the dumbest damn song, but at the time, like, it was a good
It's
song.
got a catchy tune.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So any more about Roman? Anybody?
I think we covered Roman pretty good.
That's what she's. Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
What?
I've tried. No. We have nothing.
Okay. If you say so.
Hey, what's your Twitter? I guess if I did the intro, I have to do the outro. That's how rap CDs used to go back in the day. So, what's your Twitter handle? How can people reach you?
They can reach me on the bird thing at Lady Roshana, LadyRoschana, or they can catch me on Cage Side Seats as Ambrose Sally.
And before we get to Metal Matt, will you do the shout outs real quick to the other
Okay.
podcast?
We'll give a shout out to Shooting Debris and Give it another shout out to Two Men, One Sport, to the Queen City Express, to the Connoisseurs of Wrestling, and of course to the Ruthless Aggression Era, hosted by our favorite guest, Metal Matt, and of course, Violent Wrestling Podcast.
VWP, VWP, VWP. Metal Matt.
Well, I'm on Cage Side Seats. You can catch me in the daily, nightly, NXT thread, SmackDown threads, all that. And I'm also on Twitter at MelMatt15. And this Friday, Ruthless Aggression Era podcast makes its triumphant return when me and Biff Kensington talk about Hulk Hogan's very first autobiography, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. It should be an interesting episode.
And I'm just the balls dragging along. I'm Twitter. I'm sorry. I'm at Fireman6809 and also at Violent Wrestling Podcast. And email us with questions or anything like that. On Cage.C, it's Prince Moxley Lopez, and that's pretty much all I'm going to give out. So, the listeners, because they're always listening.
Are they
But-
really?
Are they? I don't know. But seriously, and a shout out to my son who has no Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. He does have Facebook, but I'm not giving you that information. Shout out to him for being what I thought would be comic relief, and actually, like always, gave a little bit of input, more than some.
Boy, did he.
Thank you guys for tuning in. And I'll put a poll up. Whoa, that didn't sound right. Poll, Poll, not Pole, wing. I'll put a poll up because I changed my avatar to Prince Devitt from New Japan. I'll see what you guys want to change it to. Something maybe a little more violent or something more suiting to the podcast. But I love violence. There's always violence. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank Metal Matt. And do I thank you for cohorts? Like, I don't know how that works. Anyway, AA, Metal Matt, myself, I guess we're signing off. Go Roman, go. Go Roman, go. Go Roman, go.
Roman, go.
Go, Roman, go.
Go, Roman, go.
Peace out.
Good night, everybody.